During the month of March, there are several events planned for historic Cane Hill. Amanda is here to share all those details. Thank you for joining us today.
I am. Hi,
Yes.
guys.
Yeah.
Hey. Thanks for having me.
For sure.
course.
Tell us about historic Cane Hill for folks who are not familiar with it.
Sure. So Historic Cane Hill is the first permanent European-American settlement in Washington County. Founded by Cumberland Presbyterians that came over in 1827, they had a really heavy emphasis on education. As such, we're the second chartered university to grant 4-year degrees in the entire state of Arkansas.
Cool. Very cool.
The first public library in the state of Arkansas, and the first coeducational college in the state of Arkansas.
Neat.
So the nonprofit Historic Cane Hill is dedicated to kind of keeping that legacy alive, making sure that people know about it because it's got this rich cultural history. We also have some amazing architecture because the growth went north and east, right? Like we're about 22 miles west of Fayetteville, right? Between Prairie Grove and Lincoln, you jot south. Very still gorgeous, lots of historic structures. So we have 15 buildings on the National Register of Historic Places and are continuously maintaining and restoring more buildings so that we can keep those for generations to come.
And you've got a big day coming up as well. You've got like a stamp announcement, art announcement, a tour, a dinner. It's all. Can you fill us in on all those
That's
details?
correct. Yeah, for about 6 years now, we've had a partnership with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission and the Arkansas Game and Fish Foundation, and we issue a national competition to artists that want to portray the bobwhite quail and the eastern wild turkey. Okay, so you pick one or the other, or you could submit for both. And 110 entries came in this year from 28 states across the nation. Now we've selected one each of turkey and quail. And each of those images go on to a stamp issued by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. That's a voluntary stamp that you can buy. You don't have to have, you have to have a hunting license to hunt for turkey. But you can buy a turkey stamp.
And support.
And for especially like habitat restoration support. Those stamps in the time that we've been working together have raised $2.5 million, including a corporate match. And so a really significant contribution to habitat restoration. So in order to support that, right, I run programs and events for Historic Cane Hill, so I'm like, what are we going to do to kind of like jazz this up? So March 15th is the opening day for that gallery. If you want to, you can come and you can see, we've selected about 24 of those works to hang in the gallery. We're going to announce one each of the quail and the turkey. They're going to receive a $2,500 cash prize in addition to being the selected artwork for that stamp. And then so that begins at 3. At 1, if you've got some private land that you would like to help bring back some of these native, the habitat for, if quail are all but gone in Northwest Arkansas. When I was young, there was a lot. We used to eat quail at holidays. But if you'd like to learn more about like what you can do to your personal land to help reintroduce songbirds, other forms of native wildlife, we have biologists from the conservation area coming, and you can go on a guided trail of some property in Cane Hill that is working through habitat restoration.
Sure.
Oh, that's cool.
And then 2 weeks.
Yes, and there's a dinner also.
So
right?
then 2 weeks later than that, on the 29th, we have Chef Case DeGarro coming. I think have you both had the opportunity to eat Case's?
We sure have.
That
crazy guy.
He's amazing, right? So we're gonna have a 4-course dinner, out of doors, string lighting, white tablecloths. His menu sounds amazing. He's got his, he does the high South cuisine. So he's got high South toast, a beet salad, harissa quail with wild mushroom risotto, pot de crumb dessert. Like if you're into just eating fancy.
Elevating,
elevating
and there are
culture.
tickets remaining for that.
Tickets are still going, I think last time we talked about this, there was a wait list last year, but we've got a few tickets remaining, so if you go on in the next day or two, you should be able to get one. You also need a ticket for that tour, but that one's free. So all you got to do is reserve a ticket online for the Habitat tour. The gallery opening is a free thing to attend. Both of those are this Saturday.
Right.
And then on the 20th, which is the 15th. And then 2 weeks later, on March 29th, come out and have an evening dinner with us. You're going to love it.
All right.
Thank you for always joining us.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to be here.
We've got so much happening.
We have year-round.
Good to
so much
hear.
fun.
We'll have you back soon.
I hope
Talk
we
about more.
Absolutely will.